First one is a Cookie Monster cupcake, starting off by icing a cupcake in blue icing. And then you're going to coat it with something. This is coconut that's been tinted blue, and I'm going to show you how to do that right here. Take plain coconut, it can be sweetened, unsweetened, whatever you want to use, and add several drops of liquid food coloring, and then just stir it and mush it around until all the little pieces of coconut are dyed blue. You can also use colored sugar or colored sprinkles. Then put the coconut into a bowl, the topping of your choice into the bowl, and then just dunk the top of the cupcake in there until it's well coated. And then you're going to do some eyes. These are candy melting wafers, the white ones, and I'm using some black icing to put the pupils on. If you can't find candy melting wafers, you can just use white icing that you're going to put on in a circle shape, or look around for any kind of suitable candies that you could use that would do the trick. You could also use a half a marshmallow as well, or a quarter marshmallow that's been cut. But the candy melting wafers in white are perfect for this. And then you're just going to put a dab of icing on the back of the candy and then just stick it to the top of the cupcake. And for Cookie Monster, his eyes are kind of googly and they're kind of pointing in different directions, so that's why it looks like that. And then for the mouth, you're just simply going to take a knife and you're just going to slice into the cupcake to create a space to be able to tuck in a chocolate chip cookie. You can also use a regular size cookie that you've cut in half. Now this is one I'm doing again, but this one I'm doing it with the blue sprinkles and a dab of icing on the back of the eyes. And I found that the best way to do this is actually not to slice directly across like I'm doing here, because what happens is the rim of the cupcake wants to fall off. What I suggest you do is what I do right here is do a stabbing motion up and down, kind of stabbing motion downward instead of a slice across, and make a smile shape on the cupcake. It's much cuter, as you can see. And it also is a lot easier to insert the little chocolate chip cookie. And if I were to do this again, I'd probably put the smile just a little bit closer to the eyes and not so close to the edge of the cupcake. But as you practice these, you'll get the idea of the best way to do them, the more of them you do. And there's a little cookie. Now for Elmo. Elmo is similar, except I'm just icing in white, but you could ice in red icing. This is coconut that's been tinted red, same method as I did before. You're going to glue on the eyes. And then for the nose, I'm using a peanut M&M and then a little black icing smile. I find that an almond M&M, oval-shaped almond M&M, orange M&M would be better for this one. Oscar the Grouch is just green icing, and I'm just kind of spiking it a little bit here just so that it looks a little bit like fur. And the same method for the eyes. And then Oscar has kind of a very thick black or brown unibrow, so I'm putting those on. And then a smile. And I tried two different ways here. I put this one on as more of a happier kind of a thing, larger mouth, with a little bit of red detail in the center for the tongue or maybe the uvula. And I didn't really like it, so I took it off, and then I decided to put an Oscar frown on there with a little bit of red, and I actually like this one better. There he is, Oscar the Grouch. And for Big Bird, of course, I'm using yellow. So use a plastic bag that you've put several layers of Scotch tape on the corner and cut out a triangle shape, and that's going to give you a leaf tip. And then you're going to apply feathers onto the cupcake or the muffin. In this case, I'm using muffins because I didn't want to bake a batch of cupcakes, so I've just used muffins that I had. But, you know, the base doesn't really matter. You can use what you want. For detailed instructions on how to put the Scotch tape on and cut the corner off, you can just see some of my other videos, like the Christmas tree one, or the sunflower ladybug cupcake also has some instructions on that if it's not clear here. So starting from the outside edge inward, you put the feathers on and then attach the eyes. Big Bird kind of has a cross-eyed kind of a look, and then he's got this kind of groovy blue eyeshadow. For the beak, I'm using these Marshmallow Circus peanuts. What's great about these is they come in different colors. This one's yellow, and you can kind of mold them into whatever shape you want. You can flatten them and mold them to a certain extent, and then they hold their shape. So this is what I use for the beak, but you could use candy melting wafers that you've poured out and then shaped into triangle shapes as well. And then a little bit of red in the middle. And I found he didn't look a lot like Big Bird, so I decided to add some of the feathers that Big Bird has sticking out the top of his head. So this one, you know, I think it looks like a yellow bird, but I'm not that impressed that it actually looks like Big Bird himself from Sesame Street, but that's as good as it's going to get. If you have better luck, please let me know and send me some photos or attach them as a video response. So there's Cookie Monster with the 2 different size cookies. I like the sprinkles on this. And then Oscar. And then little Elmo with a smile. And then finally, Angry Big Bird. He looks angry. There you go. Have fun with these. There's the whole gang.